Americans. Let's take a closer look at the driving force now behind those Tea Party protests. We'll go to CNN's Howard Kurtz of Reliable Sources. Howie.
Wolf, the mainstream media haven't really focused on the Tea Party's plan for this week, with the notable exception of Fox News, which practically seems to be a co-sponsor. On Wednesday, that would be April 15th, there will be tax protests around the country on the theme of the original Boston Tea Party. TaxDayTeaParty.com says it was inspired by that rant against President Obama's mortgage aid plan by CNBC's Rick Santelli.
President Obama, are you listening?
From sea to shining sea, in every city, we the people take our nation back.
Among those backing what's being billed as a grassroots movement are conservative blogger Michelle Malkin, a Fox contributor. Newt Gingrich, the former House Speaker turned Fox analyst, will also be attending one of the parties. Fox News, whose new online slogan is "Just Say No to Biased Media," began publicizing the protest, and soon some hosts were signing on.
We're getting ready for next week's Tax Day Tea Parties all across the country. People coming together to let the politicians know, okay, enough spending.
And, of course, April 15th, our big show coming out of Atlanta. It's Tax Day, our Tax Day Tea Party show. Don't forget, we're going to have Joe the Plumber.
Now, the hosts at Rupert Murdoch's network all make up their own minds, right? But soon the tax protest became a full-fledged Fox fight.
Fox News with Your World with Neil Cavuto is going to be live in Sacramento, California at 4 p.m. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Our show is going to be at the Alamo at our regular time. Then Hannity will be in Atlanta, Georgia at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then Greta is live in Washington, D.C., 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
These hosts said little or nothing about the huge deficits run up by President Bush, but Barack Obama's budget and tax plans have driven them to tea. CNN hasn't covered the Tea Party movement, that is, until today on the Situation Room, with more to come as the protests draw closer. MSNBC's coverage has largely consisted of liberal host Rachel Maddow making fun of the idea. As for Fox, well, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, and the gang are commentators who are paid for their opinions. The question is whether Rupert Murdoch's network wants to be so closely identified with what has become an anti-Obama protest movement. Wolf?
Thanks very much, Howie.